So you're comfortable going on camera?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe we can get over here and
I don't know much about production or
oh, you're good. You're good.
cameras or whatever, but I do know that this place used to be pretty quiet.
Yeah. So tell me about that. You're a resident in the building right above the protests. What's it been like for you?
Well, I moved here almost 4 years ago, and I know a lot of I don't know the immigration guys, but I've seen them in the local restaurants having lunch and whatnot. And there was no problem. I mean, they were doing their job as ICE agents 2, 3, 4 years ago, and nobody protested about it.
Right.
And I don't think there's been any new immigration laws enacted. They're just being enforced finally. So when Trump decided to enforce immigration laws aggressively, this place became a rallying point for the people that are mad because they lost their candidate lost the election. And it sucks to be in the minority, especially when you're in a federalized democracy or federal democracy. The people that make the laws are the people that we elect. We elect them on a democratic basis. So if my senator is a Republican, that's because the people in my district, the majority of them elected that person as my senator. And that senator passes laws according to the majority of their districts.
Do you think these protests kind of want to override the will of democracy?
Well, they're mad. I think that they're just I call it daddy syndrome. Because my dad was always right, damn it. I want to prove him wrong once, so I'm out here to prove that the guy dad voted for is wrong. So they got a lot of energy, a lot of angst, and right, they can't wait another 3.5 years to the next election. They've got to act up like a baby having a tantrum at Walmart right now. Instead of, okay, well, we'll beat them next election, or we'll beat them in the midterm. That's the way, we don't have enough. Like in Europe, you see them changing, they change, governments yearly. They'll dissolve a parliament, because people don't like what's going on in parliament that year. They don't have the patience to wait
Very impulsive.
2 to 4 years old, 2 or 4 years to see if what Trump or Biden was doing correctly, or whoever won, who was ever democratically elected, they should have their 4 years to prove their point. You can't come out here and throw a temper tantrum because your party lost an election.
Right.
A lot of people are happy in New York now because their party or their candidate won the election. But I don't see a bunch of riots going on in New York because other two parties that were running lost the election. So it's a mental. I don't want to say it's a personality trait. A lot of I spent 32 years in the military, and I just nodded my head and said, yes, that's your opinion. Let's get our job done, and you can go hang out in your place at the end of the night, and I'll go hang out in my place.
You're used to this, yeah.
Here in America, you have two-party system, and that's like a football team. You have offense and a defense, but you don't hear the defense rooting the offense to lose. It's one team.
Right.
They're trying to win here. So the Democrats and the Republicans and everybody outside of that or in between need to realize that we're one bird with two wings. We got a left and a right, but we're still that one bird that's trying to win.
But you're caught in the middle of this. And you didn't really ask for, how's your life? How do you feel?
Right, back to what your original question about living across from this.
Yeah.
In August 2nd, their Portland police were kind of enforcing the laws here a little bit. And one night they used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Well, I was standing trying to get into my apartment, and I looked over, and I was outside of my chair, looked over, and a guy or woman, I don't know which, but wearing all black and a gas mask, bumped into me running away from the cops. I fell down, shattered my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
And I severed a vein with when you break a chicken bone, that chicken bone, the ends are very sharp. Well, the end of my shoulder severed a vein.
Oh my
so I had
Jerry.
internal bleeding and spent 5 weeks in the hospital.
Oh my God.
And I didn't have a chance to empty my garbage or anything. The ambulance took me right to the hospital. Got out of the hospital, got home, and my apartment was just so full of gnats and bugs and everything. I don't think my neighbors enjoyed having, cockroaches running around my apartment where I, being the captain of a ship, I kept spick and span. But these people that don't even live in this neighborhood come here every night, disturb my sleep, disturb my neighbor's sleep, leave trash, and think that they're doing something right. They might be doing something right, but I know somebody suggested a free speech zone where they can take it somewhere outside of the community or somewhere else. But for some reason, this is we hate Trump's rallying point. It isn't about, like I said earlier, it isn't about the ICE and what they're doing, because they've been doing it here for years. And if they've been doing it here for years, why not protest for years? But as soon as Trump comes into office, now it's a big deal.
So a quick follow-up, did they find the person who bumped you ever, or no?
No, they have video of it, and but the person was wearing all black and a gas mask, along with about 5 other people that ran by the camera, all dressed the same.
I'm so sorry you're going through this and that happened. I hurt my shoulder earlier in the year. I know that's painful.
When you lay down, you can't roll on it. And,
can't sleep on it.
I had to sleep backwards because I can't roll out of bed. I'm in my bed. But Ocean, nice to meet you. I'm going to get to my...
Let's talk again, Jerry. Pull me aside if you ever see me.
And say again?
Pull me aside if you ever see me. I'd love to talk to you.